everyone, Miss Remitz from Team 4B coming to you live from my desk. Well, not actually live, I recorded this, but isn't that fun? Today, I'm going to teach you a new online resource. It's something that you can use to become a better reader all year long. And most likely, your teacher is going to be having you read on this resource, either for homework or for independent reading during class, or maybe to show them how you've grown as a reader. The resource I'm talking about is Epic. Epic is an online library just like the one you would have in your classroom, and it has, not in bins, but in sections, books for you by level. So if you want to grow and level up as a reader, and they have books based on topics. So if you love fairy tales like me, there's a whole section on fairy tales and stories like that. There's chapter books, and there's even books that will read to you, that have an online read to me option. And even if that book is hard for you, you're still able to read it because there will be a voice that'll read it to you. Epic's awesome. It is epic. It has fun activities. It has quizzes, and that reading to me option really helps you sometimes hear how a character should sound or how a word should sound. So let's dive into Epic. I'm going to show you what it will look like from a student's point of view. Okie dokie, artichoke. So this is starting off is Remitz's class, my class, and this shows you the ways that you can log in as a student. So you would go to Epic and you can sign in there. So let's load that up, and it'll ask you to enter your class code. Every class has its own code. That's how the teacher keeps you all together. So if you had the code written down on maybe a Post-it note, or you put it on your computer, you would type in your code and you would hit go. So my class code is PVZ1418. And look, if I click on that, it actually copies it for you. You don't have to memorize it. All you have to do is copy and paste it in. So I click with my mouse, I hit paste, or if you want, you can type it in, and then I hit go. It will ask you for your name, and it'll ask you for what your class code and stuff, but I'm just going to do a fake student. Try student experience. This is just so I can model it for you. Here's all my kiddos this year. I'm going to be guest student. And so now that I've clicked on the kid that I am, it says Miss Remitz sent me a book. So I can check out the books that my teacher gives me and that she wants me to read. So here, let's get started. This is called Pete the Cat, Sir Pete the Brave. No wonder Miss Remitz sent this to me. She loves fairy tales and Pete the Cat. So it will read to me if I play this button. Ooh, has some music.
Welcome to the wonderful world of reading. In this, I Can Read story.
I love that guy. Well, yeah, it tells you what level it is if you're curious, usually the age of the kids who enjoy it. So you can maybe read it with a younger sibling or an older sibling. And this big arrow here will help turn the page for me. So Miss Remitz is having me read this story. And remember that play's always there if you need it for these types of books. I can just flip through like a normal book, and all I have to do is click on my mouse. Look at that. First, I'm going to pretend I read the whole book. No one tell Miss Remitz that I didn't actually read. And at the end here, it'll say finish book. I don't know why it's not lit up, but, and look, it even has more stories like this. If you want to read the Kitty and Dragon series, more fairy tales, more Pete the Cat books, it's in there and you can just go straight onto it. Look, I jumped right in. If you didn't want to do that, of course, you can say finish book at the end, and it'll show Miss Remitz that you're all done. And it'll put that into your very own reading log. Oh, it wants me to read a little longer. Okay, 1 second. Well, for my opinion, I don't know why it's asking that, but normally it'll tell you to finish the book. Now, if you weren't looking at the books that were given to you from your teacher, there are so many on the front page. On the front page of the website are all the books that kids just like you love. So if you want a good book, this is the perfect place. You'll see books that kids like you are reading. So it says continue reading if you maybe wanted to stop reading Pete the Cat and Sir Pete the Brave. And there's books for guests, so just extra books. Or guest is me, I apologize. So these are all books that Miss Remitz has maybe given you or said that maybe you would like. There's F and P, which means what level, and you can pick the level here. So if you know you're a level E, then all these books would be just right for you. There's Read to Me. If you want to read, but you'd rather hear a voice do it while you follow along, we'll hear some. They have videos that you can watch that teach you things. This is a song about the sun, going to the beach, patterns. Ooh, I love patterns. And an audiobook is a book that you just listen to. Here's an example. So do you see how you can't see the pictures of how dinosaurs go to school? You hear that? You can only listen to it. So this is perfect if you have, for example, an iPad, or if your parents are nice enough and let you borrow their phone. All you would need to do is put in your headphones and you can lay back, maybe on the beach or in your bed or on your grass outside, wherever you want, and you can listen to this whole book. And that still counts as reading, even if you're just listening to something. I actually think audiobooks are really cool because they warm up your brain and they teach you how to visualize. So make that movie in your mind, even though you don't have the pages. You become the illustrator. Isn't that awesome? Well, this is Epic. You have things that they give for you. They have your library of your favorite books and books you've read recently. You might have a mailbox if your teacher assigns you books. You can see I assigned, so kind of like homework, I assigned 1, 2, 3 books to guest. My students, I went through and I assigned them some other books just to kind of warm up their brain and get used to Epic. So maybe your teacher will do that too. Well, that is all you need to know about Epic. If you find something cool about Epic that I didn't say in this video, share it with me so I can tell the whole class. They've got a lot of cool books on here that you can spend hours and hours and days and years reading. So I hope you enjoy Epic. Let me go back to my teacher view. I hope you enjoy Epic and that not only for homework, but maybe in your free time, see how many books you can read. Because reading is the way that we become not only better readers, but better students. Making your brain exercise with books will make you so much better in the classroom. So I really hope you take the time to work on Epic and become an epic reader. Bye, first grade.